Okay, I'm Britney Hess.
Spencer Hess.
But I'd like for you to start with the event you had to raise money. Tell me about that.
Pretty much us and our families, like our parents, and we just made a bunch of red chili, green chili, rice and beans, and opened it up, and like we were posting it all over to the communities, to Quartzsite, Parker, Siloam, like all the small ones in our area. And we had, our family made shirts and stuff, like cups, shirts, bracelets, stickers, back last March, and so they were like selling any of those leftovers, just trying to like raise as much funds as we could and give back as much as possible. So
We made good money. There was a lot of very giving people there.
Yeah, a lot of donations. So we raised $1,000 for the 100 Club and $1,000 for Shield 23 Foundation. So.
Nice.
So around probably December of last year, I was experiencing some pretty bad headaches. We had a particularly bad call, and we were putting flooring in our house, and I thought it was from the call that I couldn't focus up. And it was partially from that, but usually after a few weeks I'm able to kind of get past stuff, and I just couldn't get past that call. And the headaches kept getting worse, and I went to the VA, and they told me I had migraines and sent me home. And then they got more persistent and worse, and I wasn't able to sleep. I'm gonna go to the hospital today. Britney talked me into it. They took me back relatively quickly, and then the emergency room doctor came in and showed me the CT scan and said there was a really big mass on my brain.
So we went over to Peter Piper Pizza. Our kids think that was like literally the best day of their life because they got to hang out for like 2 hours at Peter Piper Pizza. Like they didn't know all of that was going on. And he just texts me like, there's a mass on my brain, and I'm just like, the wind of course is knocked right out of you. But
Next thing I knew, they were planning for surgery, and they kind of gave us worst case scenario like doctors tend to do. And just judging by how big it was, I was like, I don't know what's gonna happen. And they kind of made it seem like after the surgery I was gonna not be able to move my left side, and maybe not be able to talk, and have to do like a year of physical therapy. And people came to visit me before the surgery, and the chaplain, and it's a lot of good prayers.
then it was our surgeon on the phone, and he was like, I just talked to them, he woke up, he can move everything, he's talking, he's doing great. And like you could tell he was just like so relieved. And I think my dad like held me up because I was just like, I couldn't believe it. And he was like, I'm gonna get him, I'm gonna let you go back and see him in recovery. And we weren't supposed to be able to do that. They weren't gonna let us back there, and they did. And I got to like run in there and see him, and he just like gave me a big ol' hug. And he had told the recovery nurse, he was like, because they had to have his blood pressure at a certain level before I would go back there. And he was like, I'm gonna stay calm, but when I see her, my blood pressure is gonna go up. And it did, it went up. And she was like, he told me that was gonna happen. And of course it was just like so relieving. He was sitting up, and he wanted our son to come, because like our girls, they didn't know what was going on. And I had told him like, Dad's wearing a funny hat. And he was like, well, if it's that funny, can I laugh? And I was like, you know what? We could all use some laughter in our life, so go for it, kid. He went home. He had a surgery on Tuesday. He went home on Thursday. Yeah, which was scary. But, yeah, it's just like a lot of miracles, absolutely miracles, yeah. Everything that's like could have been like the outcome for every step of the way has been like the best case scenario. And like it's just been miracle after miracle.
So the 100 Club, they were pretty much the first people to give us assistance. And Melissa met us, and that was before we knew the pathology or anything. And we ate at Wildflower Bread Company, and she was very supportive. And
you guys sit down, I'm gonna order you guys something. Are you like good with anything? And we're like, yeah. And it was just like right there. She was just ready to like lend a hand, like help us out.
and very positive, and I don't know, she just made us feel a lot better, and so we never forgot that.